Keith Yackey here, founder of Private Money Pro and the creator of the Private Money Process, the step-by-step system teaching you how to raise cash for your real estate deals. A lot of you guys have heard my story, whether it be on stage or, through any of my, teachings and what have you. And a lot of you guys know it, but for those of you who don't, those of you who are new to who I am and what I do, my story is interesting, to say the least, but it's not that it's uncommon, because it's common in the sense that we all have a story. My story is my story, your story is your story, but I want to share it with you so you know where I came from. I didn't come from a silver spoon. Wasn't raised in an affluent home at all. And really how this whole journey started for me 7 years ago was simply this, and it was basically, it was a tragedy turned into triumph. It was a loss that turned into something that was a gain. It was that breakup that brought that breakthrough. Okay, so 7 years ago, I was doing some things work-wise that wasn't satisfying. I wasn't satisfied. I was doing my thing, going my 9 to 5, but there was something deeper inside that said, I know I can do something deeper. I know I can do something more. I have potential for greater. And so that's what I wanted. I felt the pain of where I was at financially, and I wanted something greater. Also, right about that time is when my mom was diagnosed with cancer. And I didn't know anything about real estate investing at all. But I did know this. I knew that my mom was young. She was only 56 years old when she passed. And I got to spend the last 3 months of her life with her, basically just being with her, because the doctor says she's only got a few months to live. You might want to spend some time with her. And my mom and I had a pretty decent relationship, so I really practically moved in with her, and I would literally lay in bed with her and watch TV while she was passing away. We'd be watching these, you've seen the Home and Garden television TV shows and like the real estate ones, and they were kind of new back around 7 years ago or so. And she loved these shows. I mean, she just loved these, and she's like, you gotta watch this with me. Now, I didn't know anything about real estate. I mean, I knew absolutely nothing. I could barely even say the word amortization, let alone anything else. And so I'm sitting there watching these shows with her, and I'm like, wait a second. They've got something there. I don't know where to find these deals, and I definitely don't know how to fund these deals, but I'm kind of I know contracting. I could probably fix them, and all you gotta do is give it to a realtor to sell it, right? Little did I know there's so much more to it, and I needed to dig so much deeper, but that spark is what got me realizing, wait a second, I think I can do this. But what really nailed me is when I looked at my mom, there at 56 years old, fighting for her life, knowing she wasn't going to make it. The doctor had already seen, we're watching her really going downhill from there, and it dawned on me, Keith, your mom has regrets. I knew it because she would tell me. She didn't live to the fullest that she knows she could be, even though she was positive and she was an amazing mom. And when I looked at that, I said, I don't want to be, when you're faced with death like that, it brings about an awareness to you that that life is short, that we're fragile, and that things can be taken from you like that. And when I saw that, it was that turning point in my life where I said, you know what? No more regrets. No retreating. No surrender. It's time to go after what I want to go after. It's time for me to go and pursue the dreams that I had, that I knew that I could do in my life if I applied myself, if I had the right techniques, the right tools, the right teacher. I could go fulfill my dreams and live the life I wanted to live. So with that, it was that inspired me. And then watching these guys on TV, and that's where I said, I need to go learn from these guys. I need to go learn what to do. And we're always learning this whole process, but it was at that point in time that I realized I don't want to live a life of regrets. That now is the time for me to take action. Now is the time for me to change my life. Nobody's going to do it for me. Nobody's going to do it for me. I'm watching my mom pass away and realizing she lived with regrets. I don't want to live with regrets. She would want me to go after my dreams. I need to go after my dreams. And it's interesting, as I was watching that TV show, she looked at me and said, you know, Keith, you could go do that. And I thought to myself, yeah, you know what, Mom? You're right. I can. So my mom told me I could do it. Maybe you don't have anybody in your life that says you can do it, but you do now. I'm telling you, and I'm looking at you right now saying, you can do this. I don't care what anybody else says. I'm telling you, You can do this. You know it in your heart you can do it. And I'm telling you, if I did it, you can do it. Go out and make your dream possible. Live life with no regrets. And I'll tell you, on this side of it, I'm so happy I did. I'm so glad I got the teaching, the tools, the techniques that I needed. And I had the motivation, the fire burning inside to move forward. And you can too.